Hello. It's February and it's nearly the end of February, and I've had almost no time to do a monthly vlog update. Partly because we've both been ill. There's been colds and viruses going around, and I was knocked out for a fortnight, and Carolyn was knocked out for a fortnight, and then one cat got ill, and another cat got ill with different things. So we've had no time. Um, but there's been a few things happening. I decided on. First thing was, I've said before in the vlogs that I was trying to get the captured dreams, the video recordings of songs that popped up in my dreams and I've been asleep. I was going to try and capture 500 of them, but by about the middle of January last month, I reached 300, and I thought that'll do. That's a good number. I hadn't got the energy to wake myself up another 200 times this year. So I thought, right, 300, stop or at least pause there. So that's where that's got to. And I've still only done 50 of them turned into actual downloadable music using AI. Again, just paused on that for a bit. When you get bored of doing something, always a good idea just to have a break rather than do it for the sake of it. Although what I did instead over the last few weeks, I decided last year when I invented 23 different AI musician personas for Radio KLFRS, and I made 23 singles, which are on Bandcamp. I thought I'd then try and do an album for each of those 23 invented artists over the course of this year. I've done 3 so far. The first one of which looks like a cat. They're all on Bandcamp. The first one of which is a Hey Buckles is a early 60s British skiffle rock and roll pretend record. Quite pleased with that. Second one is a sort of deep house minimal trance album. Big mixed results on that one. AI tends to go off in its own directions whether you want it to or not. So it's a case of trying to edit it back into the direction you want the track to go. But it's all right. There's some good bits on it. Some of it a bit overblown. Again, unless you rein it in, AI goes, right, let's just pile all these extra sound effects and churning noises on top, and you just go, stop, go back a bit, edit from there. And the third one that I completed over the weekend just gone is an early 90s English shoegaze album, which turned out much better. Quite pleased with that. So there's 3 of those up there on the Stay Up Forever Bandcamp. I decided also this month that all the stuff I'd put on there that was AI generated, that I'd put like a nominal £1 or whatever download charge on to try and make some money back. I thought, no, sod it, just make it all free, leave all the AI stuff as free to download. And yeah, since doing that, actually, I don't know, you don't, as far as I'm aware, you don't get notified if people download your stuff for free, but a couple of people this week have paid like the odd £1 or £2 for a track off there, now that I'm not charging for them. So it's £3 in the bank for nothing. In fact, it was the same track, the second track off the Shoegaze album. Someone earlier in the week paid £1 for it. Oh, that's nice. Later that day, someone paid £2 for it. So obviously I was hoping that the next person would pay £4, the next person £8, and very soon I'd be rich. But I don't think that's going to happen. Apparently the music industry doesn't work like that. The other thing I hadn't said yet was these monthly vlogs, if I carry on doing them, I might not, again, might get bored of doing this. I also started putting them on Dailymotion, which I think is French website, but it predates YouTube. YouTube's been around forever. You might be watching this on YouTube, you might be watching it on Dailymotion, possibly. But yeah, I put the monthly vlogs from the last few months up there. I put the old vinyl, Buckles, he's having a yawn, vinyl vlogs up there, and the sort of the couple of dozen, 25 videos I'd made for the AI singles, which I just made them for the sake of them, when I'm out and about, film myself wandering around or doing something in the flat. I mean, they're not great, but they're on Daily Motion as well. Because the thing with Daily Motion is, it turns out, I think if you gather enough views, they pay you once you've got it's either like €100 or £100 or $100 worth of views and advertising views and that, which is a large amount. And I don't think I don't actually know on Daily Motion to sort of see what you've earned. Probably like less than a penny myself. But yeah, is it possible to have like a very small unpromoted amount of videos on, certainly not the primary video viewing platform on the internet, and how long would it take for that to incrementally get to even $1, euro or pound, let alone 100? So yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. I'm not promoting the channel or the vlogs. I just thought put them there. It's like, I mean, Dailymotion's been around for about 20 years. It's like if Dailymotion was a big warehouse in the north of France, on the flatlands of France, and you went in there and there's all these, like, French news and sports videos and bootlegged comedy or music videos. I think there's a lot of sort of copyright-ish problematic, copyright stolen stuff, as there is on YouTube on there. But it's like if you went around this warehouse with all this stuff that's been on Dailymotion for the last 20 years, and you got right to the back, and there's like a dusty corner, and you went down to the bottom shelf, and you're like in a little cardboard shoebox covered in cobwebs, there would be like half a dozen vlogs that I made there in the most obscure corner of that platform. That appeals to me. Am I doing anything else? Oh yeah, the albums I've made by the AI artists, because certainly when you use Suno, it branches every time you sort of try and generate a track. It gives you two options. Some of the paths not taken, as it were, still interesting in their own right. So some of those I've been assembling sort of, haven't put them up yet, but I've been using the offcuts to kind of assemble little sort of extended versions or EPs or sort of double A-side singles or whatever. So there'll be like little accompanying Bandcamp releases to each of the albums. So yeah, 3 albums up there, 3 EPs waiting to go. Every few weeks I might do another one when I've got some time. If I can be bothered. I'm making no promises, because it turns out, as with the dream thing, I get bored of projects and I go off and do something else. But there's no reason why anyone else can't do it. It turns out it's really easy and it's free to do. I haven't got much time left because I've got to go to Hastings. That's 8 minutes. I'm looking at the clock, and yeah, hopefully at some point March will go a bit easier, and I'll remember to get a vlog done earlier rather than later, depending on if anything happens. Enjoy the spring. See you soon. Bye bye.